Good morning students, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about fluid mechanics. A state of matter which can flow is known as fluid. Since liquid and gases can flow, they collectively known as fluid. Even a molten gas and a tar also flow slowly, hence they are also linked in a fluid. In this chapter we shall study about fluid mechanics. A study of the fluid mechanics is carried out mainly in two parts. First, we will deal with fluid statics, a branch of a fluid mechanics. The force and the pressure acting on the stationary fluid are studied, and fluid dynamics, in which the motion of the liquid and the properties related to its result of the force acting on the fluid are studied. It can be also divided into two parts: hydrodynamics and aerodynamics. In this video now we will going to learn about or know something about this following topics, as you can see on the screen: phase of the matter, density and specific gravity, pressure in it, what is mean by atmospheric pressure, what is Pascal principle, measurement of the pressure using a different instrument, for Archimedes principle, fluid in the motion, fluids in the how the its flow, what is the rate of its flow rate, what is the equation of continuity, etc. Bernoulli equation, its application, what is viscosity, surface tension, capillary, pumps and heart. The three main phases you all know: solid, liquid and gases. Solid, definite shape and size. Liquid has fixed volume but cannot be has the shape. It takes the shape of the container. Gas can be have any shape and can be easily compressed. Liquid and gases both can flow, thus they are called as fluid. Now density of the object is a mass per unit volume. This is the small kind of revisions you are learning from many lower classes. Now its unit is kg per meter cube. Density is also sometimes given as gram per centimeter cube, or it can be converted as per your convenience in CGS and MKS units. Now before starting any topic, now let us know what is a pressure. A force acting on a surface per unit area in the direction perpendicular to it is known as pressure. Pressure is force upon area. Okay. Now different units of the pressure are Newton meter inverse, Pascal. These are the common. Other than are also a bar. 1 bar is equal to 10⁵ Pascal. Another common unit is pressure is atmosphere, ATM, which is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.03 in 10⁵ pascals. A common way, a pressure in terms of height mercury column. In such case, cm Hg or mm Hg is used as a unit in pressure. 1 atm is equal to 76 cm Hg. So as you can see on the screen, now pressure is the same in the even direction of the fluid given depth if are not the fluid through any channel. You can say object is there on the liquid If it's in the center, it will have the pressure from all the direction. But in the lower classes, you have already studied that as you go in the depth, the more pressure is applied on the object. That is because have some reason that we will learn. Now, you have also done that a small experiment of that, taking a water, plastic water, make a 3 different holes on different levels in equidistance and just fill it with the water. You will see that water is coming at different flow of rate, coming out with a different rate of flow. Why? It has some reason. Also, for the fluid at rest, there is no component of the force parallel to the solid surface against if there is where the fluid flow. For example, you can see on the screen. See, that is not kind of parallel perpendicular forces, but there is a force on from each direction. The pressure at the depth h considered, the surface of the liquid is due to height of the liquid above. We can quickly get an equation is, as you know, pressure is equal to force upon area, and force in the liquid is rho GHA upon area. Now that A is cancelled out from both the upper and numerator and denominator. Thus you will get your pressure is equal to rho GH. This is the relation valid for any liquid whose density does not change with the depth. If the density is changed, then this equation is not valid. Moreover, you know that the ratio of the mass of the volume of object is known as density object. So density is equal to mass upon volume. Okay. In normal circumstances, the fluid in the form of the liquids are incompressible. Hence, the density of the liquid remains almost constant at a given temperature. Since the gases are compressible, the density of the gas changes in the pressure. When the pressure of the gas is more, the volume of the less and the density is more. Okay, but there are the other terms you have to remember, that there is a relative density, specific density and specific gravity also, which act and effect on that. See here. Suppose what is the atmospheric pressure at Gauss and gross pressure? At a sea level, the atmospheric pressure is about 1.013 into 10 to 5 Newton meter inverse is called a 1 atmospheric pressure, as I said before. Okay, you can see in another way that, or another unit is that the force acting perpendicular to the surface per 1 meter square area in 1 Newton is 1 Newton, then the pressure of the force is called 1 Pascal. Standard atmospheric pressure is bar, other is Pascal, one is Newton meter inverse. The most common is pressure, but measure the pressure above the atmospheric pressure is called the Gauss pressure. Here you have seen that atmospheric pressure about 1.013 into 10 to 5 Newton meter square is called 1 atmospheric pressure. Here it is called a Gauss pressure. Absolute pressure is the sum of the atmospheric pressure plus Gauss pressure, that is P is equal to PA plus PG. Now E1, what is a Pascal principle? See, simple. See this equation or a diagram. You can see there is a liquid inside a machinery which is moving when a pressure is given by a one side. Why? See, you can see the change of the pressure applied to the enclosed fluid is transmitted undiminished to every point of a fluid, and the walls of container of the other containing vessel. This statement is known as Pascal law, and it is sometimes understated as, or you can say that if the effect of the gravitation is neglected, the pressure at every point is in a incompressible liquid is equilibrium is the same. In a incompressible liquid in equilibrium is same. So simple. You can see this equations, or sorry, diagram. Whenever the force is applied, there are the from one end, so other will move. See, first one A, you are giving a force from point A in, P in, that is your applied force point. So that will, because of that, P out or A out will move, and the object on that will also lift it. And second one, you can see that a paddle, when you push a paddle, because of that liquid, the brakes is directly, which is attached with the cylinder, gives movement and stops it. So that is, you can say, are the example or the working of that principle. Measurement of the pressure, gauge and parameter. There are the number of the different pressure gauge. This is the open tube anemometer. The pressure in the open end is atmospheric pressure, and the pressure being will use the liquid to rise until the pressure of both the same height will be equal. So you can say that, see, the liquid should be on the same level, but there is a delta H. So that is an atmospheric pressure, and the pressure is being from other end. So what is the pressure you can use using the formula? So how can you do that? Now see, similarly, measurement of a pressure can be also done by these two more devices. One device, first one, androgous and tire pressure. See, for second B1, you can see there is a flexible chamber. Air pressure is created. Because of that, it shows the deflection on the needle. It shows the deflection on the needle. So that needle will move and show you reading. Now second one is also something like that. That is directly, it's like a thermometer. A pressure of air in a tire is shown from one end, and you can see the reading on the scale which is there on it. Now see, a mercury barometer developed by scientist, what he did, there is a simple arrangement. He took in such a manner that there is a 1 atmospheric pressure, where you can get a zero pressure setup. As you can see on the screen, he took that long tube, filled it with the liquid, another tube upside down, filled it with the liquid, had some centimeter, there is some pressure on both the sides. The pressure is often quoted in millimeters or inches of the mercury. So it is just like a thermometer, you can say that. It works as a thermometer. Any liquid serve in that barometer, but most dense one are the most convenient. This barometer uses water. You can see on the screen the a kind of old type of barometer. There are different types of barometer. Now before starting a new topic, even you should know about something, that the hydrostatics pressure on the layer of the liquid at the depth h from the free surface P is equal to rho gh, while absolute pressure is P is equal to Pa plus rho gh. So difference P plus Pa between the actual pressure and that's an absolute pressure and the atmospheric pressure is called a Gauss pressure. Remember this. The pressure at any point either liquid depends on the shape of the container which liquid is filled, nor on its area. Cross section is known as hydrostatics paradox. Okay, now we will know what is the Archimedes principle. The word Archimedes comes in your mind. I think you have listened that story about word Eureka. What is that word Eureka? Simple. It's a word when just Archimedes is in a bathtub. He sits down. So what happens? The water comes out. Suddenly this word come in his mind, just like a Newton, Apple's phone. Why it is falling down? So why water is coming out when he is sitting on the bathtub? Why? So there might be a different forces. So there is a buoyant force on the liquid also. So what is that force? We give that name. So why? How? Now see, we will learn. Buoyant force. When a water is being drawn out from the well with the help of the bucket is found to be lighter till the water is filled. But as you lift out the water out, the bucket seems to become heavier. Thus, when the object emerges instant the liquid, it is lifted. Keeping it in a liquid, its weight is found to be less. But when it is brought out of the liquid, we will get the real idea about the weight. So why it is? Again, think about that condition. The water has come out when he is in the tub. But moreover, he also thought that when he was sitting that, he is feeling him light. Why? When he was in the water for a few seconds, he feel that in the light, just like you are in the ocean or you are in the river or a swimming pool. And the pressure on the part of the body at the more depth is more. You can say that in the liquid. As a result, all the forces acting on the body, the resultant act in upwards direction, hence the body is posed upward. The upward force exerted by any liquid on an object is placed to be called a buoyant force. The property of the fluid is called a buoyancy. Okay, the upward force exerted by any liquid on object placed on it is called a buoyant force, and the property of the liquid is called buoyancy. The equation you can write, as you can see on the screen, by when suppose your different forces are occurring when object is in a liquid at different heights, you can see h1 h2 at what the height the object is there. So you can write your total force is equal to F2 minus F1. That will give you rho GHA, where H is delta H, that is difference of that H. So you can write rho F because you are just thinking that it is of because of that that height. So it will give you rho Vg is equal to rho Nv, that is density into volume will give you mass. So you can write F is equal to mg, F is equal to ma. Again the second law of the motion is true here. The net force of the object when the difference of the buoyancy force and the gravitational force. See here, you can see on the difference. On the screen you can see when it is weighted, only the object is in the air and when it is in the liquid. So if the object density is less than the water, they will be upwards net force towards, and if it's will be raised until it's partially out of the water. That is the reason the woods can float. Any object which has lesser density is floating. So densities depend on the mass and volume both. So how it's your volume, it also affects. So again that same answer, a small reason. A metal ball is not remaining on the surface of the water, but a big metal ship is floating on the river, on the water. Why? Because of that density. Now for the floating object, there is a law of flotation. Some object may float on the liquid while some may sink. A small may sink in the water in a stream and steamer may float. Okay. When an object is partially or completely immersed in the liquid, it will experience two forces. W is equal to rho GV, that is weight of an body, and buoyant force F is equal to rho GV upward direction, and W is equal to rho GV as that is in lower direction. So you can also write in different way that your MOG, that is your weight of a body, just you have given the name that rho 0 and rho F. So distribute you get which is the downward force and which is the upward force. So when rho S and rho Vs represent the density of the volume and density and the volume of an object, while F, rho F and Vf represent the density of the volume displaced in the liquid represently, you can write that your Vs is equal to Vf, and when work done is greater than your Fb, the body sink and is equal to the Fb, it remains at equilibrium position at the depth, and if it's less than Fb, the body floats. Thus you can write in the condition that your Fb is equal to rho GV, W is equal to Fb. So both sides you can equate, you can write the equation simply that your rho 0 upon rho F is equal to V V displacement upon V0. So you can take the ratio just in the here also, you can see, just take the ratio and make the equation for V such that your W is equal to F. So you can just equate this to make your FB is equal to M0G. Left hand side are same, so you just neglect that. Now just take two right hand side and simplify it. You will get the ratio. That ratio is when a body of a weight of a body is equal to the weight of a liquid displaced by the part of a body immersed in it, the body floats on the surface of the liquid. The statement is the law of flotation. The law is taken into a consideration while designing a streamer, or you can say a streamlined flow. Now, moreover, the principle also works in the air. This is why hot air or a helium balloon rise up, because of the density of the helium and other object. Now, what is the rate of an flow of any liquid? The flow means how smooth the object flows. You can say while studying the motion of the particle, we have considered the motion of the particle only. Hence, we did not find it such difficult. But in the motion of the fluid, when a very large number of the particles are in the motion, it becomes somewhat tricky. There is a treatment developed by a scientist that a more convenient and most easier way is that if we give up the atom to specific the history of the such liquid fluid particles, instead of specific density, pressure and the velocity of the liquid at each point in the space, at each of instantaneous time, of course we cannot afford to forget the particle of the liquid completely, because finally the motion of the fluid is attributed to the motion of its particle. So, but remember, there are the characteristics of the fluid. First, steady fluid and unsteady fluid. The flow of the liquid is smooth is called a streamline or a normal way. You can say that above a certain speed of the flow becomes turbulent. Turbulent flow is the second one. You can see on the screen A and B, streamline and turbulent. Okay. Along with this, there is a steady flow and unsteady flow also. A steady flow, if the liquid, a velocity of the fluid at each point remains constant with time, it flows is known as steady flow. If it does not remains, it's unsteady flow. Okay. Now, if in a liquid, if the velocity of the body fluid changes certainly from point to point as well from time to time, is known as turbulent flow. The other flow is irrotational flow, when element of the fluid at each point has no net angular velocity about a point, the fluid is known as irrotational flow. Similarly, rotational flow, incompressible flow, compressible flow, non-viscous flow, viscous flow. These are the other types of the flow. Example you can say, but we are going to deal with this two main here. Now, okay, first one, Laminar flow. Here you can see that the mass flow is the mass that gives the per unit time. The flow rates of any 2 point must be equal. So you can write rho AV1 is equal to rho AV2. So this will certainly will give you that equation, as I said. Now here you will learn about equation of continuity. A velocity of the particle passing through a tube a flow is always parallel to the wall. Although the velocity can be different at different points, the flow is non-viscous. The velocity of the fluid over a whole cross section would be the same. The velocity of the fluid cross section point at different points of area A and V axis velocity. So you can write that in short, you can write that the density of the fluid P is ρ1 and the mass of the fluid passing through the cross section time dt is dm1 plus ρ1 a1 v1 dt. Similarly for dm2 you can write or you can write the mass of a flux passing through cross section per unit time is called a mass flux. Okay, so in that you can write your both equation as equal. So for the as per the law of conservation of the masses in the liquid, you can write your ρ1 is equal to ρ2. So a1 v1 is equal to a2 v2. The most often the final equation you can write for the fluid can change by height by looking up the work done on its move. We can find P2 is equal to half rho V2 square plus rho G Y2 plus P1 half rho V1 square plus rho G Y1. Y2 Y1 you can see on the screen how is the flow, what is the height, what is the rho here. So this is the equation. One thing it's tell us that the pressure, as the speed goes up the pressure goes down. As the speed goes up the pressure goes down. Now but how it is derived? You can say the Bernoulli equation is the foundation of the relation of the fluid dynamics. Okay, Bernoulli equation is the foundation for the relation of the fluid equation. This equation does not represent a new principle of the fluid. It can be obtained with the help of the work energy theorem. Simply, if you take the equation on both the side, that your rho v1 delta 1 is equal to, from here rho a2 delta 2 is equal to mv. So you can write your w is equal to mg y2 minus y1, or so we'll give you similarly other work is also there. So you will write w is equal to w1 w2 w3. Your w1 is equal to p1 a1 delta l1, w2 is equal to minus p2 a2 delta a2. So that is the, so now just add all this 3 w1 w2 w3, but you will get finally the equation is like a 10.5. okay. Now one of the principle is of Bernoulli equation is Venturi meter. So here using the Bernoulli equation we find the speed fluids coming from the Higgs spot of the open tank. So you can write half rho v1 square plus rho g1y is equal to rho gy2, V1 is equal to under root of 2g y2 minus y1, that is the simplification form. Okay, so that is the equation for Venturi meter, or you called Venturi theorem. When a pressure, you can see a simple diagram, or the other diagram you can take just a U shape channel or tube. See, this is the for turbulent kind of force. However, aerodynamics, as I said, deals with the initially it deals with the two things. Okay, which two things? I think you have remembered. Simply here what is happening, the lift of the airplane wings, due to the different airspeed and the pressure, it goes the surface of the wing. Why? Again I am saying, I think you have remembered that. Now see the diagram. Do you remember what I am saying about that? About hydrodynamics and aerodynamics point, which I talked to you in the later point. Okay, now this is the way you can see the example, different examples, how the air will flow. That is the reason a bird do not fly exactly back off to any other bird, otherwise it will create a turbulence in that. Same thing when ducks are swimming, you see they are not in the straight exactly back, they are forming some kind of shape, V shape or other thing. In our body it's also effect. See how a person with the arteries will find that maybe experience a temporary lack of the blood to the brain, speed gets up, the past concentration, therefore reducing the pressure. Okay, so even here in our blood this equation works. A Venturi meter, a basic diagram of Venturi meter, or you can say a simple Venturi meter. How you get objective of liquid is flowed from V1, from one end in the V1, shape changes, V2 occurs, there are the different areas. The air flows across the top of the helps to smoke up the chimneys, and hence a flow multiple opening can be provided needed. Circular undergoes a object. See here one example. So what happens? The wind remains at certain temperature because it's just moving and it does not move from that tunnel. So here it's warm or cold as per his convenience. Viscosity. Viscosity is a very simple term. Real fluids have the some internal friction called viscosity. Okay, any fluid have the some internal friction is called viscosity. In other words, you can say that while the liquid like honey, castor oil, engine oil cannot flow easily, okay, but some of like water and kerosene flow easily. The flow of the liquid is not possible in the absence of the external force. The property of the liquid responsible for this is called a viscosity. Liquid and gas both have possess their property. Now there are the layers in the liquid which is in the contact with the surfaces remain stuck. Due to the adhesive force acting between the molecules of the liquid and the molecules on the surface, the viscosity of the layer gradually increases as you move upwards on the layer, the viscosity of the layer of the top is the largest. As you can see on the screen that arrows are bigger and bigger, and thus the steady flow layers slide over without getting mixed up, and this kind of flow is Lamarck flow. Okay, that is also equation you can write for that is equal to F is equal to eta A V by L, where eta is a coefficient of viscosity. Or other way you can write that what is the viscous force between the two adjacent layers of a laminar flow at the constant temperature depends on the two quantities. First, area of contact, second, adjacent layer, third, velocity gradient dV by dt. So what is velocity gradient? dV by dt, that is V upon L. So what is velocity gradient? A laminar flow of the difference in the velocity between the two layers of liquid per unit perpendicular distance in a direction perpendicular to the direction of the flow is known as velocity gradient. Okay, thus eta is known as coefficient of viscosity, and its magnitude depends on the type of the flow and its temperature. So the rate of the flow in the liquid around the tube depends on the viscosity of the fluid, and the pressure difference is the dimension of the tube, and the volume of the rate flow is proportional to the pressure difference and inversely proportional to the length of the tube, and the pressure difference and the proportional to the fourth power of the radius of the tube. So this is the some other example. You can see a flow in the tubes, or a other equation, wall of arteries. So what happened here, for the blood flow, the radius of the arteries have the half of what it should be. The pressure is increased on the factor by 16, keep it the same flow. Gradually the heart cannot work that hard, the blood pressure goes up and it tries. Okay, now surface tension and capillary. The surface of the liquid at the rest is not perfect flat. It curves either up or down at the wall of the container. This results into a surface tension. This makes a surface behave some elasticity. You can see that it is not a flat, it is having some kind of curve. Okay, so even it is also dealing with the dependence on the one kind of law, that is Stokes law. A resistive force or viscous force on a small smooth spherical or solid radius moving with the velocity through a viscous medium of a large dimension having a coefficient of eta is given by F is equal to 6 pi eta Vr. Okay, along with this you have to remember that the viscous force per unit surface of container per unit velocity gradient between the two conjunctive layers in a laminar flow is known as coefficient of the viscosity. There are the other terms also behaving here, like terminal velocity, which acts on that. Surface tension and capillary. A soap and a detergent lower the surface tension of the liquid. This flows the water penetrate material more easily. See, you can see the difference. It's downwards and one is upwards. So water molecules are more strongly attracted to a glass than they are each other just opposite through the mercury. The theta difference is clearly seen on this screen. The narrow tube placed in the liquid that is capillary effect. A and B in water and in mercury. Okay, that is, you can say that a phenomena of rising or falling a liquid in the capillary halts vertically in the liquid is the capillary effect. This phenomenon of the surface tension of the liquid plays an important role in various conditions as per our convenience. See, in mercury and water. Now how it helps in the pump. Moreover, you have to remember here that the tension or the force created by this is, you can find it by the equation T is equal to RH rho g divided by 2 cos theta. Okay, that's simple. Now pump and hut. You can see a simple diagram. There is a piston's outlet and inlet. When a piston moves, inlet takes in, pressure is created and outlets let go out. A simple pump, if it is used to as a pump or vacuum pump, the vessel contains intake, and if it is used as a pressure pump, the vessel contains of the outlets. Okay, this is a kind of centrifugal pump. What happens here? Intake is there because of the rotation. It takes the air in and it lets go with that flow and it goes out from the other end, where is the intake, rotator and outlet. Heart is also kind of pump, you know. There is a 4 different chambers. How it works, you can see on the screen. It's a simple best example, a normal pumping system for us. In order to measure the blood pressure, this is the way. What happens here? Actually, the flow until the blood becomes the flow while the heart is pumping, and the deflect the sum until the flow is freely. So that if you give the pressure for few seconds, the blood flow changes and it creates pressure. So that can be measured and by a meter, and you can have your blood pressure measurement. In the summary, simple, you have learned about the phases of the liquid, phases of the matters, solid, liquid and gases, in which liquid and gases are fluids, about density, gravity, pressure for unit area, pressure depth, external pressure, atmospheric pressure, cause pressure, etc., 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 flow of and its law and statements. Okay, thanks.